What's up, QAA listeners?
The fun games have begun.
I found a way to connect to the internet. I'm sorry, boy. Welcome, listener, to Premium Chapter 172 of the QAnon Anonymous podcast, the Psyop episode. As always, we are your hosts, Jake Rokotansky,
Julian Fields,
and Travis View.
Psychological operations. I do them on Jake every day. Travis is one. And if you've been online for long enough, someone will probably have accused you of being a psyop. But what if psychological operations were something the United States Army openly advertised? What if they were out there starting podcasts about it, cutting thrilling videos for YouTube, and recruiting openly? This week we are traveling to Fort Bragg, where psyop soldiers are trained and deployed. And by Fort Bragg, I mean the variety of social media accounts deployed by their special forces and psyop groups to promote their mission and recruit young men and women into their ranks. Now, during this rabbit hole, a couple of things to keep in mind. These are Army, specifically airborne groups. They are not the FBI nor the CIA, who obviously do their own psyops. In fact, it's because these psyopers are not as well organized, funded, or respected internally that their content is so interesting, because it offers way more opportunities to peer inside the cracks and gain insight into the culture and internal messaging of US-run foreign interventions and their accompanying psychological operations. Also, I highly recommend that you listen to the episode all the way to the end, as I'm told by Jake that he's hiding a subliminal message, a story of sorts, after the credits. So let's jump right in. On May 2nd, 2022, the official YouTube page of the 4th Psychological Operations Group Airborne, based out of Fort Bragg, as I mentioned, posted a very strange video entitled Ghost in the Machine, all caps. It's a bit of a long one, but I wanted to go through it with Jake reading out the titles that appear on screen, and Travis, I'll ask you to try to remember and then describe the images that you've seen along the way.
I feel like we're about to be psyoped in the very first 5 minutes of the show.
This episode's recording has been delayed for days because I feel like I've been psyoped just from watching a good portion of these people's output. So you're going to feel bad, and it's going to be vague, and sometimes you won't be able to put a finger on it. Just a sickly feeling making its way into your stomach. All right, so here is Ghosts in the Machine.
If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. Sun Tzu.
As the world watches and listens in horror, the peaceful pro-democracy demonstration in China comes to a violent and bloody end.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Have you ever wondered who's pulling the strings?
Wolves hiding nearby,
Born from the ashes
whispering, do or die,
of a world at war.
around me.
You'll find us in the shadows,
You say
at the tip of the spear. A threat rises in the east. Warfare is evolving. And all the world's a stage. That fucking ruled. Holy shit, that felt like the like preview to like the live action like Metal Gear movie. Like that was, oh no. That's so bad. Why is it so well made and
It is
high production value?
It was. I mean, yeah. There are lots of like weird abstract imagery. There was like, there was a panning shot of a forest. There was an extreme close up of a chessboard and pieces moving. There was a conductor in an orchestra all of a sudden. I mean, it really does seem like the trailer for Call of Duty, Psy-War.
Absolutely. There's a small ghost sigil, like kind of hanging in the forest on like a twig. And they're showing you riots in foreign countries. They're showing you Chinese troops
marching in battle formation.
They're showing you like a ticker that says Russia invades Ukraine. And we've just gotten started. This was just one half of the video. So let's see where it goes.
There is another very important phase of warfare. It has as its target not the body, but the mind of the enemy.
Target
psychological warfare is against the enemy's mind.
It is words and ideas.
Ammunition used by Psyop.
Anything we touch is a weapon.
Its mission is to influence the thoughts of the enemy soldier.
We can
At the same time,
deceive,
Is expected and encouraged to study foreign languages and the social sciences such as
persuade,
history, economics, and
change,
sociology. He must have a broad
influence,
and sympathetic understanding of all
inspire.
phases of human experience.
Gripping at my skin, the walls of night closing.
but the use of this force as an integral part of combat has now taken on new form.
We come in many forms. We are everywhere. A feeling in the dark. A message in the stars. Ghosts in the machine. What are we?
These are the Psy-War soldiers.
Psy-War. Frighteningly good.
It ends with verbum vincit and the website of the Army Special Forces recruitment.
They got some great editors. They got some good. They pulled some good stock footage.
They legitimately were showing orange revolutions and being like, "Oh yeah, that's us, buddy." Like war zones, Taiwan.
They're like,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, that's a little disturbing. It's like they're also showing like the fall of the Berlin Wall and stuff, and it's like it's a little bit like a resume. I don't know. It feels like they're being very cagey about what exactly they're saying, but it's very strange. What makes this doubly eerie is that I know that this particular video was tweeted out by Ezra Cohen-Watnick.
Oh, great.
Who is, of course, a much beloved by QAnon followers, mentioned in a couple of Q drops.
There's also the appearance in this shot finally of like why they were in that forest, which is that there's a bunch of guys with like white masks and they start to advance from afar, like in a kind of formation through the trees, just threateningly being like, we are the ghosts in the machine. Like we've been determining history. We're pulling the strings.
If I was in a theater, okay, and I'm seeing Uncharted starring Tom Holland.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm trying to think of a movie that's in the theaters.
What the fuck is wrong with
It's probably long gone at this point.
Oh my God.
And that preview comes on, I'm going, okay, what is this? It's a new Mission Impossible. Maybe we're finally getting a teaser for Metal Gear.
The video thoroughly creeped me out, and I half suspected it to be fake when I came across it at first. But after doing some due diligence, I found out that yes, U.S. Army Special Forces, and specifically their Psyop division, do indeed have social media presences and are busy recruiting by essentially telling on themselves in these videos. And people were reacting incredibly well to it. Here are some comments on Reddit. Firebird Gaming says,
I don't know why, but I find it oddly comforting that the U.S. Army can still produce some killer recruiting material. Don't praise the advertising skills of the U.S. military.
Born Purchase says,
Russia arrogantly mistook the West's kindness for weakness.
Again, it's just an ad. It's a content. They're content creators. That's all it is.
Yeah, but it gives the posters an opportunity to be like, I too am in the war.
Could you read Ardress's post, Travis?
I can hardly believe it even. Like, it was good. Fuck, I want to mind freak some Russians now. The Army hit a home run with this one. Come on.
I want to mind freak some Russians.
I want to mind freak some Russians.
What the fuck does that even mean?
You have been listening to a sample of a premium episode of QAnon Anonymous.
We don't run any advertising on the show, and we'd like to keep it that way.
For $5 a month, you'll get access to this episode, a new one each week, and our entire library of premium episodes.
So head on over to patreon.com/QAnonAnonymous and subscribe.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I love you.
Jake loves you.